Hey guys, thank you for joining us here at the Storage Scavenger. I am James and we are back at work again. This is Monday. We just spent all weekend bouncing around on live shows, talking to different people, talking to people about our storage auction adventures and buying and selling and what all we do. One of the biggest questions that was asked on almost all the lives that we went to this weekend was about, what are we looking for and how do we profile these units? How do we pick which units we're going to buy and which ones we're going to walk away from? I just recorded a video, so I sat down at the computer and I did some screen recording of me going through, looking at some auctions and profiling some units right there as I'm recording, showing you what we're looking at when we're profiling some units. So check it out and let me know what you think. And if you're a storage auction buyer, or if you've ever been storage auction buying, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the units we're looking at and whether you agree or disagree. And also let me know what you look at when you're profiling a unit. So if you think about something when you're profiling a unit that we don't mention, leave me a comment below and let me know, because we're trying to improve ourselves and we want to share this information with other people that are just starting out. So check it out and let's keep going. So I decided to jump online here real quick. One of the things we've been both kind of feeling the itch, because we've been cleaning our storage unit. We've made some progress, but we're still looking at possibly buying a small unit. I'm not going to buy anything big, but I wanted to look. So I'm looking right here at the size. I'm looking at the bids and where they're at. 5 by 15. That's a little bit bigger than what we want. I've already looked at that one. This one's not bad. 5 by 5, $140. Let's see what we got here. This is one of the things I've been talking about a lot, is profiling these units out. I've got these lots of totes, but too many times the totes I've gotten units full of totes. And the only unit we've ever lost money was one very similar to this. It was totes and totes, stacks and stacks of totes. You could just see a few items, and I way overpaid for the unit. So I don't really see anything there that's, I guarantee I can get my money. So you're starting to get into risk. When I'm looking at a unit, I've kind of sorted out. I kind of have what I call the no-brainers. In other words, I know I can see stuff that I can sell and absolutely make my money back. Like, let's take a look at this one. Alright, you can see some of the stuff. I've got a little table right there, probably a good $15-20 there. There's that little drawer base right there, probably a good $30-40 for that one, if it's in good shape. Got a little refrigerator there. That's another good $30-40. So yeah, I see the bidding is at $160. About $100 is what I can see. So that would be like no-brainer mode for $100. 100 to say 200 would be what I call a risk. You're hoping that there's some good stuff, but you just don't know. You're counting on profitability of the stuff that's inside these totes. Anything over 200, from what I see on this unit, is what I would call a gamble. And I don't gamble. I take risks. I will go into risk factor, but I will not gamble on a unit I can't afford to. Gamble is when it's totally up in the air and there's just, you cannot see the profit for what you're going for. And I see some of these units now that are kind of getting into a gamble. This has got 17 hours left. It's at 160. I'm willing to bet it's going to go to 200 before it's over with tomorrow. Let's take a look at this one. It's a small unit, only $30. And I hate these. They're all blurry pictures. You can't really see what's in there. Too much risk. Probably why it's not getting very many bids too, because you really can't see what's in there because they got the pictures so blurry. This one's at 100. We'll check it out. So I'm profiling some of these units. I'm just looking. I'm just not seeing what I'm looking for right now. So I'm probably just going to save my money. We'll keep looking, and hopefully we'll get another unit in a few days. These are just the ones. I also am right now, I know some people that are tracking these units for 2-3 weeks. Honestly, for me, I mean, that's not bad because you could probably sell that share right there for good 40-50 bucks. Now here's one of the things and Jessica was like, oh look, there's a dresser. That's not a dresser. You can see the way they're stacked. Those are just the drawers for a dresser, and I do not see the actual dresser itself. All the pictures are sideways on this one, which concerns me. I don't like that, the way they didn't do their pictures very well. But I mean, I could see some money. I could honestly see that one about 100, 120, 130 maybe to be a no risk unit. 120 to about 180 would be risky, and anything over that would start being a gamble. When I'm looking at a unit too, when I'm buying a unit, I want to at least make 2 to 3 times my money. So if I spend 180, I need to make at least $300 to $500 on that unit. If I can't at least double or triple what I spend on the unit, it wasn't worth the time it took me to clean out the unit. So some of these, like that's 230, it's a 10 by 15. That's a pretty big unit. I really don't have the room to process something like that right now, so I'm really not looking at anything that big. Here's your good one. There you go. You want some tires? And look, no bids. 18 hours left on that one. 12 by 40. And that thing is packed with tires. That's freaking crazy. I guess if you have a way to dispose of all that rubber, but evidently nobody else wants to mess with it either because nobody's bid on it. I wouldn't waste my time on it. There's a clothing rack. I've already got one just like that. 60 bucks isn't bad for this unit, honestly. It's not great. I wouldn't go much over that myself. Bunch of cords and stuff, and maybe a gaming system, but it's a big risk. Shoes. Yeah. I don't see a lot of money in that one though. So we're just going to keep looking. We're keeping to look for another unit so that we can do some more filming and get some more videos out outside of just doing my own storage unit. But I don't have a whole lot of space to process it, so I'm looking for stuff that I can flip quick. Stuff that I could take straight to auction. I have been looking at, the other day I was looking at a few that were private sellers. Got outbid on a couple of them, but I don't see any more up this week right now. But these are all just ones that are coming up this whole week, so I can know whether I need to keep an eye out on these or not. And I really don't look more than about a week ahead, because any further out than that, so many of these get taken down, and I might check in, because sometimes new ones will get listed. They're just on for a couple of days. It might be worth bidding on, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. It's still got a couple of days on it. Look at this one, $770, but it's a 10 by 10. That's really kind of outside the size of what I got to process. Look at how that thing's packed. That thing's going to be a pain in the ass to clean out. $700, so if you've got the time, you've got the resources to process it, it could be a good unit. I see some good signs in there, but it's not what we're looking for right now. One, it's outside of our budget, and two, it is way too big for me to be able to process by myself. If I had a team helping me, maybe I could do something like that. But that's the kind of things I'm looking at when I'm profiling these units out, and I don't see any just amazing lockers, honestly. Yeah, the last really amazing locker I saw on here in our area was the one that Justin Grimes bought and came down here and cleaned out. And I was actually watching that unit already, and then I found out he was bidding on it, and it quickly went way out of our budget, so I knew I wasn't going to win it. Oh, that one doesn't look too bad. 1400 in Round Rock. 420. That's kind of on the high end. 7 by 15. These all got a couple of days left on them. private seller, JMG. I bought units from that private seller before too. Got some really good stuff from them. So I may look at that one again later on in the week, see how it's doing. 510. This one's all the way down in San Antonio. T-Waltz, I don't know who that is. Live Oak. But I'm set at 100 miles, so all of this is within 100 miles of our house. These are all down to 4 or 5 days, though, so I know I'm not going to go much further for right now. 5 days, it's already at 1,700. Now, it looks like it could be a good unit. I think that's a bit of a gamble at that high of a bid, though. They may see something I don't know. I just see lots of boxes, which could be a good thing and could be a bad thing. If I was monetized on YouTube, it would affect my bidding rate too, because what I can make up a YouTube ad revenue for a unit like that would defray some of that cost. So as we get bigger, we'll probably do some bigger units like that. But right now, I just don't have the space to process it and sell it all right now. So 400. Man, I mean, it looks like there's some decent stuff in here. Some of these, yeah, 7 days, they're way too far out to really do any good. Those will be closing next Monday, so we'll be looking at those later in the week. Alright, so that's Storage Treasures. We also want to check out Locker Fox. Don't usually, I've bid on a few units on Locker Fox, but I have yet to win a unit on Locker Fox. So 44, put in my address, put in my 100-mile radius, search. I usually try to keep it right at 100-mile radius. I don't usually go much more than that. This has 1 day left on it. San Antonio, no. Definitely not. $20, you can have it. Jessica and I looked at this one. It's already gone way out of what we were willing to spend on it. But we did look at this one mainly because it's got the kids' bed. It's a Minnie Mouse bed. We thought about that for Emily. It's got the refrigerator, which at that price, $250, you could probably sell that refrigerator for about $100 if it works. But you also have the chance that refrigerator is full of dead and nasty food or was not cleaned before it was put in there. And I have seen that happen too many times. So that's a huge risk. That's why for something like that, I would much rather be at a live auction instead of online, because you just don't know what you're getting when you get into that refrigerator alone, much less the rest of it. You got another dirty mattress in the back that's probably going to be trashed. And look at how pink everything is. I do not like that pink look. That drives me crazy. But it looks like it's a fairly decent locker. You know, honestly, if we had the money, if I had the time to deal with that one, I would probably be bidding on it myself. But I have a feeling with that refrigerator is going to be the big no-no for me. That's really the big thing that's turning me away, because I wouldn't want to move it out. I'd have to sell it dirt cheap just to get somebody to buy it out of the unit right away, because I don't have the resources to move it and store it and haul it right now. So this is just, you know, some of the things we're looking at when we're looking at some of your lockers. We are continuing to look. We'll keep digging, see if we can find a good unit that we can maybe have some good mystery boxes in there as well, and see. Those are all 10 days out. The next ones are not posted yet. Oh, there you go. Crap units. That's all the way up in Killeen. Killeen's kind of the furthest we're willing to go. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. And that's about the furthest I go right now for a unit. Maybe later on when I'm a little bit bigger and got a little bit more resources at my disposal to be able to deal with this stuff. But I don't want to have to drive all the way down there, load all that stuff up, try to film it, then have to bring it all the way back here. And then this is just another one, storageauctions.com. It's another smaller one. I've never bought anything here, but I have watched a few. And those are just a few of the sites that we use. Oh. Huh. There's no auctions in my 120-mile radius. There we go. So there's one for 180. I don't like the pictures on this site. They look terrible. But then when you zoom in, they're usually not as bad. This one don't look bad. It's got 2 days left on it. That looks like it's actually viable. We'll take a closer look at it here in a few minutes. I do look a lot at the initial pictures. It says it's climate controlled. But because this is a smaller site, there tends to be less bidders. So sometimes you can pick up some better deals. StorageAuctions.com is the site that we're looking at right now. So these are just some of the things I thought I'd show off, you know, kind of what we're looking at when we've been talking a lot about profiling units and, you know, what we're looking at when we're looking at units. One of the biggest things that we get questions about. Look, there's a little Princess box. What's the current bid on this? Is 50. There's 3 bids total on it. There's some furniture back there that I don't want to mess with. And staying away from furniture discounts a lot of units for me. But sometimes it's just too much. Now, I don't like a really good close-up like that because the only way they got that picture was to enter the unit. And if they're already going inside the unit, that means that there's a good chance that there's, you know, nothing of value left in this unit because somebody's already been in there. You don't know. If they went in, you don't know what they took out. That looks like a Princess clothes hammer. We would probably keep that for Emily because she loves the Disney princesses. But then what's in all these boxes? That's what I don't know. And then there's our favorite, some leopard print or zebra stripes. Gotta love the fuzzy zebra stripe stuff. It's probably worth a few dollars right there. There's a little bit of money to be made in this unit. I mean, it doesn't look like a bad unit. It's another one of those. You know, it's not going to be $1,000 unit. It's not going to be something I would make thousands of dollars off of, but I could probably make a few hundred off of that unit right there. It wouldn't be bad. It's just a few pieces of furniture I would have to mess with, and that's, you know, kind of where I'm questioning it. All right. Let's keep looking. Let's see if we can find another. I was hoping I could find a really good unit. This one actually looks pretty. That actually looks like a really good unit. I don't like the mattresses. Those are pretty much going straight to the dump. It's $170. Got 2 days left on it. This actually looks like a really good unit. Some furniture. Well, there's a dresser right there, and at $170, it could almost give me my money back. But there's going to be a dump fee. Those beds do not look like they're in very good shape. Those are not resellable. More than likely, those beds are going to go to the dump, which is $30 a piece. So I got to take that into account what I'm bidding. So there's what 30, 40, 50, 30, 60. There's $90 in dump fee just in those 3 pieces right there. Plus whatever it cost me to dump any other trash I found in there. That being said, I see some decent furniture in there. Look at that. Look at some of that wood furniture in the back. There's some totes and stuff in there, so there's some good mystery boxes. There's some good money in that unit, I bet. But it's a lot of furniture. If I could get more space cleared out in the next couple of days in my storage, where I would have the room to process that, I might actually consider that one. It just depends on what I can pull off in the next couple of days. This one, this actually isn't too bad. If it stays cheap, 3 days, it's only at $10 right now. If I could pick something like that up for like $30, $40, I might actually bid on something like that. It's small, easy clean out, not a whole lot of stuff, but there looks like there's stuff in those totes that I could probably resell. And again, it's, you know, hustle, grind, and rewind. You want to hustle it. You You want to buy those units that you can, especially if you're just starting out. If you're small, you know, like us, we just restarted our business basically from scratch. I mean, I still got a bunch of stuff that I had already bought, but basically my eBay store was at 0, my auctions were at 0, my Facebook Marketplace was at 0, and I'm having to rebuild everything. So doing that, some of those might be worth investing in some of these cheaper units as a basically just a throwaway unit that I could film for YouTube, as well as, you know, get me a little bit of stuff, give me a little bit of cash flow that I can then reinvest. Well, everything we build in our business, everything we've done in our business is cash flow. And our business grows and thinks at the speed of cash flow. So if there's no cash flow, there's no growth. If there's cash flow, then we will keep expanding and growing. Look, there's some furniture up there. That looks actually, it doesn't look great. That would be like a desperation move. But there's some money to be made there. One like that, look at that. All those mattresses, definitely not. No way in heck I'm going to ever bid on something like that. Look at this. It's just a pile of junk. And I have bought some of those piles of junk. And yes, you can make a little bit of money off of them, but it's going to be more money, more time to make money out of that stuff than some of these better units. And that's one of the things I've learned, and I want you to avoid buying units like this just because they're cheap. This is what I'm talking about, cheap for the sake of cheap. Units just like this. It's 5x10. Everything's just thrown in there. There's a bunch of junk. I've bought units like this before. And yes, I have made money off of units like this before. But it was way more work than the value of the stuff I got out of them. Stay away from those kind of units, especially if you're just starting out. Honestly, the more experience you have with reselling and being able to, you know, flip some of this stuff, maybe the better off you'll be with a unit like that. But if you're just starting out, units like that is why so many people quit. Because they buy units like that and they're like, oh my God, I can't do this. That's a quitter's unit. That's a unit that's going to make somebody quit if it's their first unit. That being said, there can be some profit in units like that. But don't make units like that your first unit. I'd rather pay up a couple $100 and get a really good unit than spend $10 and get a bunch of garbage like that. So, hope that this helps. And let's go check out what else we got going on. Alright, well, if you stuck with us this long, you kind of get an idea now of how we profile units when we're looking to buy a storage unit. We're going to be still looking. We're trying to get a new unit out. There's my trailer. I got some more trash in there. We're going to get that dumped hopefully here within the next few days. Everybody that bought at our auctions this week, y'all's packages went out today. The screw-ups that we had earlier in the week, we got those fixed. Those went out today. So, hope you had a great day. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel and you come back and see all of our great videos that we got coming up. We got our live stream tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Central Time right here on the Storage Scavenger. We'll be doing our live stream with me and Jessica talking about storage units and taking questions and just hanging out and having a good time. So we'll see you there and have a great day.